Have you ever struggled with anxiety? Have you ever had a panic attack and it was debilitating and wondered what to do? Well, today I'm going to give you 3 1-minute techniques to decrease anxiety right now. Let's get into technique number one. Technique number one is deep rhythmic breathing. What that means is that you take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it in your stomach, push your stomach out, breathe it all out slowly through your mouth. Do it again. Breathe in through your nose. Hold it in your stomach, full breath, then breathe it out. Do it one more time. Breathe in through your nose. Hold it and breathe it out. Deep rhythmic breaths are so important. Whenever you get anxiety, it's having fear, but you don't know what it's about. Your breathing gets short and shallow and quick. And whenever you take deep rhythmic breaths by breathing into your stomach and expanding it, it automatically sends a signal to your central nervous system that it's safe and that you can settle down, and all your muscles immediately begin to slow down and to settle down. So, technique number one is to take deep rhythmic breaths for 1 minute. Let's get to technique number two. Technique number two is sensory checks. What that means is that you need to go through all of your senses and just be aware of what your senses are experiencing in the moment. Let me give you an example. Right now, I want you to look around the place where you are and see any colors or objects that you see and just say it out loud. You might see a brown sculpture. You might see a beige wall. You might see a red lamp. Just call those out right now. What are some smells that you smell right now? You might smell the room, might have a smell of flowers. It might have some other type of smell. What are the noises that you hear right now? You're going through all the senses. So you might hear the cars outside your home. You might hear the air condition running. You might hear the sound of my voice. You might hear the sound of TV. You might hear the sound of music in the background. You go through what you're hearing right now. Then you also go through any taste that you might have in your mouth, and then also how you feel, whether you will feel warm, whether you feel cold. Be aware of feeling your shirt on your shoulders, your pants on your legs. That's called a sensory check. What happens when you have anxiety? Your consciousness is going into the future and you're being worried about something that has not happened yet. And when you do a sensory check, what happens is that you're grounding yourself in the present by going through what you see, what you smell, what you hear, what you taste, and what you feel. And it's bringing your consciousness out of the future and into the present and grounding you in the right now. So you do that just for a minute. The third technique is you write a gratitude list. You sit down right now, take a piece of paper out, and you write down the things that you are grateful for. You could be grateful for having a home. You might be grateful for your family, your spouse, your loved ones. You might be grateful for your relationship with God, your job, the finances that you have. Everybody has something that they're grateful for. Write a list, ideally, write 10 things down. And as you actually think about and write down a gratitude list, what it begins to do, it changes your brain chemistry and you move from a place of anxiety to gratefulness, and it begins to destroy anxiety right in the moment. So practice those three techniques: deep breathing, doing sensory checks, and also writing a gratitude list. And I promise you, it will decrease anxiety on the spot. We also have for you two other videos that go in much more depth about how to deal with anxiety. One is how to use meditation to overcome anxiety. And then secondly, Overcome Anxiety, 5 Steps to a Peaceful Life. Click on those videos right now, and you'll go into much more depth about how to deal with anxiety and how to get it out of your life. Thanks for joining us, and God bless.